Hey everyone, Draco Magnius here for another episode of Let's Play Ni no Kuni. In the last episode, we came back from the past with the belief of Marcassin, and in this episode, we're going to give Marcassin of the future back the belief that he lost as a... Well, I guess he didn't lose it as a child. Shadar took it, in theory. But now we're getting into wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey BS, and we're just going to leave that at the door for now. We're done with our time travel segment. Get out of here! Go! Be gone, I say! Poor lad's still broken-hearted, that's for definite. A shadow of his former self he is. He needs a dose of belief, and he needs it snappy. Come on, Mun. It's what his dad would have wanted. Cease your maddening chatter, fairy. My father died 15 years ago. Do not claim to know his will. So all that carry-on was 15 years ago, was it? And this poor lad's been on his own ever since. That's tragic. Why doesn't he remember us from back then? I mean, it was 15 years ago. Maybe he forgot, but I mean, I feel like we had a decent impact on his life. Whatever. Maybe it's because he's heartbroken. Your Highness. We brought something. A gift. It's from 15 years ago. We got it from... well, we got it from you. Anyway, if it's okay, we'd like you to have it back. What did you say? What is the meaning of this? Wait a minute, do I have the volume on a little too high? I do, I forgot to lower it. Okay, there we go. That's better. It's probably echoing in the recording for the beginning, but that's alright. It's easy to tell where to put the audio if I do that. What is this? This glow? What's happening? What is this warmth that spreads within my breast? What have I been doing? All this time I've been so misguided. It was Shadar, Your Highness. He took the belief from your heart. My heart? My belief? Wait. I believe in people once more. I want to believe in people. It has been so long since I felt this way. Does it mean that you saved me? Was it you who gave me back the capacity to believe? It was, Your Highness. I did promise, didn't I? I promised I'd come and help you if you were ever in trouble. Wherever you were. No matter how far away. Wherever I see. Now I see. You came back. I always knew that you would. Thank you. There's really no need to thank me, Your Highness. Your Highness, we need your help. We want you to help us to defeat Shadar. What did you say? You mean to face Shadar? That is impossibly reckless. I am a great sage, and yet Shadar was able to enter my heart and take a piece of it with impunity. And yet I was saved, just as I was promised. Very well. I shall assist you. Together we will defeat the Dark Djinn. Shadar's days are numbered. They sure are. Thank you so much, Your Highness. I knew you wouldn't let us down. And that's why you're the Emperor, Marcassin.
What are we to make of this? It seems the Savior managed to acquire Mornstar after all.
And somehow managed to travel back to the present. I would have thought that far beyond his meager power.
Indeed.
Rude. You don't know that.
Each time can be used but once in a mortal's life.
Oh, well, yeah, there is that.
It would seem that he has benefited from yet more assistance.
And that its benefactor possesses formidable powers. Powers on a par with our own.
This supposed helper of his is no mere dabbler in the magical arts. Such powers recall those of that ancient king without whom our magic wands could not exist. Yes, I speak of my...
But that would be a truly terrifying proposition, if one such as he were to...
Fear not. Should the need arise, I shall take action myself.
Your radiance? You mean to say...
I do. He cannot hope to defeat me. And I will tell you.
Isn't that just the way? She's about to tell everyone why Oliver can't beat her, and then they cut to black and we'll never know until the time is too late. Alright everyone, listen. In order to defeat Shadar, we must first break down his defenses. Now, the Dark Djinn is protected by a magical barrier known as the Black Briar. The Black Briar? Yes. It's a cloying magical barrier with which no spell can permeate. Neither Rashad nor Alicia were able to overcome the Black Briar. That is why Shadar was able to defeat them. And with the other great sages incapacitated, he was able to delve deep into my own heart and steal a piece of it. But now, Marcassin, oops, I mean your majesty. Come along now, Esther. I once fought alongside you as a child. There's no need for you to use my royal title. The same goes for all of you. Sure, your majesty, don't worry, Oliver. I'm sure you'll get used to it. Now, I would dearly love to accompany you on another journey. One where we go stronger together. Grow strong enough to defeat Shadar. But protecting the Empire has to be my first priority. There's also the small matter of rectifying the many mistakes I made whilst broken-hearted. Yeah, that's true. I mean, we can't expect him to just drop everything and travel with us. He has a kingdom to resort after all those ridiculous laws that were put into place while he was broken-hearted and didn't believe in people. Not to mention, there's still a chance Shadar could attack his kingdom, and I don't think they really have any way to defend themselves against him. So he's got to stay here, make sure nothing goes wrong. I don't have any ill will towards that. I mean, sure, he's probably really powerful and could be an asset. But unlike Rashad, that's just sitting around selling babanas, he really has something he has to consider. I comfort myself with the knowledge that you now possess a wand that should enable you to defeat Shadar without my aid, Oliver. Mornstar once belonged to the Wizard King. It is said to have the power to overcome any enchantment. That must surely include the Black Briar that protects Shadar. Unfortunately, however, the wand you have in your possession is not complete.
Eh? Not complete? What are you on about?
Mornstar's true power is beyond most wizards' comprehension. It's so powerful indeed that the ancient king who created it decided that its power should be divided between 3 magical stones. These 3 stones were then sealed away, far from the wand itself. So, we need to go find them, right? Yes, but I have an apology to make in that regard. Huh? But why? What have you done? A map detailing the location of the 3 stones was once in my possession. I am afraid, however, that it has been stolen. Stolen? While I was broken-hearted, I must confess that I became rather neglectful of the palace's treasures. Books and maps would often disappear. To my shame, I actually observed several such thefts, and did nothing. That sounds about right. I fought it hard to care about anything much when I was broken-hearted.
Well, this is a bit flippin' rum. If the thief who pinched the map used it to get a hold of the stones, what do you think he's going to do with them?
I do not know. What I do know, however, is the identity of the thief. His name is Kublai. He styles himself King of the Sky Pirates.
Kublai? Of all the people to tangle with. I should have known you two would be as thick as... Anyway, I don't suppose you know where he is, do you?
That's the thing with sky pirates. You never know where they are. They're always moving from hideout to hideout on these giant airships. Be that as it may, locating Kublai is still the easiest way for you to recover the 3 magical stones. He is very unlikely to cooperate peacefully, however. I'd better teach you some new spells, Oliver. Ooh! Received the Ward spell. Received the Fuse spell. Received Insight spell. You'll almost certainly be doing a lot of traveling on your search for Kublai. Therefore, let me grant you one last spell before he does that. I want to make sure my spelling of Kublai is correct, because I'm not 100% sure. Obviously, as you all know, I make lesson plans ahead of time for the lessons, and, you know, we're going to be encountering him, so I want to make sure the entry is spelled correctly. It was not. Forgot the A. Okay, one last spell. The Travel Spell. What does it do, you Marcassin? It instantly transports you from any location you've already visited. While I'm unable to accompany you on your travels, I can at least make them pass more comfortably. Woohoo! We have travel! As anyone who has ever played an RPG knows, when they give you a spell like travel, things go much, much easier. Like he said, we can now transport ourselves anywhere in the world. Well, grain of salt here. Not anywhere in the world. The spell is limited to towns and specific landmarks. I think dungeons count. Yeah. Any place like, you could go to Alma Moon or Castaway Cove, and you could also go to the Temple of Trials. I'll show you, like, the list when we actually get out of here, because we will be doing some traveling. I know. Shocker. Anyway. That's great! And it means we can come to see you anytime we like, Marcassin. Ha! Indeed. Be sure to use it to return to some of the other places you visited on your journey, and find out what has changed. If you visit the Temple of Trials, for example, you will now be able to take part in the Solaceum series, organized by my old teacher Solomon. Oh, wow! I'd almost completely forgotten about Solomon and the Temple of Trials. Our first priority, though, is to find Kublai, king of the Sky Pirates. Come on, Oliver, the next chapter of our adventure starts here. About that, Esther. You say our first priority is to find Kublai. My first priority is, well, we now have access to basically everywhere we've ever been in, like, the snap of our fingers. And there's more side quests, and bounty hunts, and there's areas we can go to around Autumnia that might be worth your time. So yeah, we're gonna go. I can probably show travel from in here. I think you can access travel anywhere. So yeah, you can go any town we've been before. Some dungeons. I don't think it's every dungeon. I feel like I'm forgetting something here. Because it seems like we can access everywhere, but I feel like there's some areas... Oh, no, wait, I remember what it is. You can access all the dungeons, you can access all the towns, but let's say you want to go to that island, the Robinson Islands. You'll notice Robinson Islands are not on the list. We cannot travel to the various islands that do not have a huge landmark like a dungeon or a city. So if you want to go to any of the islands, you're going to have to take the boat. So the boat still has its uses. But before we head out to do all the other crazy stuff I want to do, first thing we're going to do is we're going to go around town, see if there's anything, like any side quests in the immediate area that can be attended to. If yes, we do those. If not, we move on and I show you some of the islands that are around Autumnia that we didn't actually explore yet. Because that would be an excellent time. Let me check our levels really quick. 32, 31, 28. We're probably not going to do it this episode, but we could go to the Solaceum. I mean, we're not going to get that far in the Solaceum. I'm not going to lie to all of you. In my practice file, I think it was like level 34, or maybe that... No, that's what level I am now, I think. No, wait, no, I'm much higher. Yeah, it was probably around 34. I was able to clear the very first difficulty of the Solaceum series, and I almost beat D, but not quite. Okay, it looks like we do have some people with emotions, and we have 2 quests around town. You'll also notice that big blue circle there. That was not there before. That allows us to travel to the entrance of town in like the blink of an eye, which makes traveling around here a lot easier. Now, of course, I'm still going to grab the 2 green spots that are around here and that quest before we move to travel to the beginning to make our lives easier. So let's get started. Let's see. First one, the closest one is probably... Actually, it's probably that green dot right up there. What do we have in our locket really quick before we move on? We only have restraint and enthusiasm. Hopefully someone needs restraint. Because if I remember correctly, there's a person with restraint in Hamlin right now. I found myself in my wife's bad books. I'm afraid she lost her temper and threw me out of the house. Jeepers, that's no good. What made her lose her temper? Oh wait, he's an old man. Well, for years we have always celebrated our wedding anniversary together, just the 2 of us. But this year I had to work, and she didn't like that one little bit, so here I am, out on the street. Trouble in paradise, seems like. Oh, it's nothing serious. It will all blow over. She's a bit sad about spending our anniversary apart, but I don't think she's really angry. She's a wonderful wife, even if she sometimes has trouble expressing her feelings. Look, the locket is glowing. Crikey, I think we found ourselves a heart full to the brim with belief. Sorry to trouble you, mister, but I was wondering if we could ask you a favor. A favor, you say? Certainly. Why not? Now that I'm out on the street, I have precious little else to do. Thank you very much, mister. Well, let's take some of that belief. Once more, we have the purple energy sword of belief. I say, are you some sort of wizard? Well, whether you are or not, you've made my heart feel light as a feather. Thank you for your belief, mister. I'm sure it'll make someone who really needs it very happy. Alright, let's forward march and see who else is around here. What do they need? What do they have? Almost there. A little further down. There you are. Maybe he'll need belief. Or restraint if we're really lucky. I doubt it. Hey! Confound it! I'm coming to the end of my tether! What's the matter, sir? You don't look happy. I devote my every waking hour to inventing new machines, to doing my bit to hasten the majestic march of progress. I feel like that too is unnecessary. I think machines doing my bit would have sounded better. That's what threw me off. I know there are limits to what one man can achieve, but I simply cannot trust my feckless assistants. You can't do it all on your own, sir. You need other people to help you. If only I could afford that luxury. If I were to leave my assistants to their own devices, they would steal my data and sell it to the highest bidder. Gee, I feel kind of sorry for those assistants of his. If only I could convince him to give them a chance. Save your breath, Ollie boy. This fellow here is broken-hearted, and it's belief that's in short supply. Oh, well, we just happen to get that. If we don't help him out, he'll go treating on his poor assistants like dirt, and scupper his research in the bargain. Come on, Mr. Drippy, we have to help him get his research back on track. There's good of you! Now we just need to find ourselves a bit of belief. Drippy, were you not paying attention while we were talking to the old guy? I mean, you commented on his situation. Alright, I'm gonna cast Give Heart and give this man his belief back. I must have been daydreaming. How could I? When there's research to be done! I can't leave it all to my faithful assistants. Well, sir, it looks like you got your belief back. My memory is rather hazy, but I feel certain that you have done something important for me. I must show my gratitude. if you would do me the honor of accepting this small token. Ooh, soft scoop ice creams and 500 guilders. I will gladly take that. I think soft scoop is the next tier of ice cream. Wait, wasn't that the last card I needed to get 3 stamp cards? I think that's what it said. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Now, ooh! More importantly, there's a, well, something here. 60 guilders. Not bad. Alright, so... Oh, it's this gent. Oh, yeah. This is the restraint guy. I remember him now. We already talked to him. Okay, so he's still there for when we actually need to get that sorted. Let's see who else is around town, what they might have, what they might not have. Actually, I think that was the only... No, there was another side quest. I just don't remember who had it.